Hello, everyone. All right, here is the 5 scan and 5 priority list. It's an 8-day program. This is one option you can use for managing your Healy use. All right, so let's jump in. I will share my screen. We're going to walk through the entire thing. There we go. Start the broadcast. All right, so we're going to be walking through the entire scan, how to do it. There are many ways to manage your Healy use, and this is just one of them. My birth date, so you guys wouldn't see my personal info. So let's do our first scan. All right, so to do this, we're going to find the top 5 priority programs right now, and then we're going to find the 5 priorities in each category. So to do this, we start with the all Healy programs, scan at the bottom, and we're going to be scanning for the 5 program categories. I recommend getting out a piece of paper if you'd like to do this fully, which I'm going to do. We're going to scan for our top 5 priorities. We're going to write them down, and then we're going to do a scan for each of those 5 categories. And if you'd like to be really in depth, you can also write down the percentage priority that's needed. So bio 1 is the first priority. It's coming up at 61%. Gold cycle is coming up at 54%. And because this isn't my correct info, I'm using some pretend chakras. Because I'm using pretend data, these scans are probably not accurate for me, but that's okay. It's all just to serve the purpose of demonstrating this. All right, so one option you can use is just to do this scan every day to find what your top priority is. And then just run, if you're doing 1 to 3 microcurrent scans or 1 to 3 microcurrent sessions a day, then you can just do the scan to find out what your top priority is each day. So bioenergetic balance 1 was the first priority. So now I'm going to do a detailed scan of that one to find out which of the programs in this category are the top priority. All right, so you can just scan each day, find what the top 1 program is, and then go run that microcurrent session. You can do that every single day. But if there are certain things that are coming up as like third or 4th or 5th priority, but never come up as first priority, then you'd never end up getting to them, even though they are still relatively important. So that's where this comes into play, this protocol of doing a 25 program list. This is helpful because it will end up getting to the things that aren't ever coming up as super high priority, but that are still coming up as a moderate priority. All right, I am talking slowly because I am writing these down on the paper that I'm going to show you at the end. All right, so then this is my first category. And these are the details of the first category. I'm going to also record the percentage so that we can take a look at that as well. The percentage, if you're new to this, is that percentage in the upper left of each category, of each title. All right, so the gold cycle was my second priority category that came up when I did the All Healy's program scan. So now I'm going to run that scan, and we'll see which of the gold cycle programs are coming up as priority today. So if you do a scan every day of the year, or even every hour of the day, it's going to change a bit because it's just a snapshot. It's just like taking a picture of your current state. And so it's going to fluctuate according to what you do. If I did an hour of meditation and a moderate hour workout and cuddled with someone I love, and went and spent time in nature and then did the scan again, I might not need the gold cycle programs as much, because our system and our energy changes moment by moment according to what we're doing. The third program that came up in my All Healy's program scan was chakras. So now that is the third scan I'm running here to find out what details of which chakra programs in that category are most needed today. And then I will write those down as well. All right, I'm going to also record the percentage. So with the percentage, I find that when something gets to 60 or 63%, then it's like, ooh, the body needs that. The body's is having a hard time trying to manage that on its own at this moment, and it really needs that. When the percentage is in the 30s or 20s, let's see, deep cycle was my fourth priority. So now I'm going to scan in that category. I find that 20s and 30s is kind of like average. Like that's probably where a lot of things are hanging out. Like a lot of the time it would be helpful, but it's not an urgent priority. 40s and 50s is, yeah, it's more needed. You're gonna benefit from it. 60s is like, yep, this is official that this is needed. It's having a hard time, rebalancing on its own. And then of course, anything above 60s is the body really needs it. And if it gets into the 80s or 90s, it's kind of like an emergency. Like we got to get this ASAP. All right. All right, so this is my fourth category. So I'll write these all down. And I'll review a few others. So this is one option for utilizing your Healy. I'll share a few more at the end. You kind of can't go wrong. But there are different things that are going to be more time efficient and more effective at getting to your priorities, your weak spots. And so that's where these different options of how to utilize your Healy come into play. All right, the job programs was my fifth category. So this is the last scan, and then we'll have our complete list. Just gonna take a moment to write these down, and then we'll take a look at the full list. Feel free to fast forward if you'd like to. So those are the top three. Here for the top two, here's the bottom three. Also, if you do not have a comprehensive list of what each program does and what it targets and what it's for, feel free to comment or email me at emilypowellrrh@gmail.com. The RRH stands for Release and Rise Healing, which is my company. You can visit my website or Facebook page. I also do, on Wednesdays, I do a free healing event where we do a variety of different types of different healing sessions, free short healing sessions. I do Healy sessions on there as well as energy sessions. Okay, and we're back. All right, so this is my list of 25. I've got the 5. I did my All Healy's program scan and came up with these. These were the 5 program categories in there. I also wrote down the percentage next to it because I like to see that. And then I did a scan in the bioenergetic one and wrote down those 5 programs. Did a scan in the gold cycle, wrote down those 5 programs. Same for chakras, deep cycle, and what was that one? Job. I also wrote down the percentage. So the percentage is how much the body needs it, how much it is in need of that thing. I hope this is reading properly. I'm wondering, yeah, I assume it is. All right, so then you can do 1 to 3 microcurrent scans a day is a good recommended dose. I never do more than 3. That's kind of my max. So if I wanted to cover all the things that came up as a priority for my system today, I could cover these within the next almost week, the next 8 days. And if I did 3 microcurrent sessions a day, I would do the first 3 on the first day, and the next 3 on the next day, the next 3 on the next day, until I made my way all the way down through the list. And that would end up touching on everything that came up as a high or moderate or low priority today. Or I could do it by percentage. I could look up which programs have the highest percentage. Right now, the crown chakra and the exhaustion acute are coming up the highest priority, and then the third eye chakra. So I wanted to do it by priority. I could do these 3 programs, cross them off the list, and then tomorrow go with the next highest priority, which would be immune system, pure, and the second application of the deep cycle. So you can either do it by percentage, or you can just go straight down the list. This is helpful because, like I mentioned, some of the things that are never coming up as the very top priority or are coming up as the 4th priority every single time, if you only ever do your top priority program each day, then you might not ever get to it. So this is a good way to cover all of the bases. So then you would just be doing what I just did, like once a week. Once a week, sit down, run the all Healy scan, and then run the top 5 priorities that come up. Make your list, put it in your planner or somewhere, and then each day cross off the 3 that you're going to do. All right, a couple other options are that you can just run the all Healy scan and then run whatever the top priority. So for me, if I just wanted to find today's top priority, then I would run the all Healy scan. The top one came up as bioenergetic 1, and I'd run this scan and then just take whatever the top priority was and do the top 3. Boom. You can do that as well. So that's another option. Or another option is to take a look at the program list. Look at what your physical goals are. If you have any symptoms or ailments, then you can pick the programs that target those organs or parts of the body the most, and then run those every day. So if you had cold hands and feet, then you could run the circulation program every day, and maybe circulation and renew, and there's actually a couple circulation programs. So you could pick 3 programs that all target that symptom or that problem, run them every day, and watch for improvements. So that's a more targeted approach where you'll see changes in a specific symptom the fastest. This approach of doing just all of your priorities can be helpful for symptoms if you have symptoms right now, but you might not notice changes as quickly as if you pick programs that target that and make sure that you run them every day. All right, so I hope that's helpful. There's lots of ways to have fun with your Healy and to try different things, and here is just one great option, and I'm glad we could share it today. All right, have a great day.